Yeah, we in here. What's up? Oh no, we're not gonna do that. We in here. We in here. We are in here. Now we are in here. We're trying to make it do what it do. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood this morning? Now that's the other cell phone. Man, it's Saturday. It's college football. We got a full slate of college football going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Nico Bean with the steam, the youngest lion on the team. It is college football Saturday. We got a lot going on. We got a lot to talk about. Mr. Rashad Walker in the building. We got a great show planned this morning. I think we got a great show planned this morning. So if you got your coffee, you got your breakfast sandwich, buckle up. We got a lot to talk about. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. Let me make sure I got these notifications on and everything like that. I do apologize. I do apologize. It is what, September 16th? Is it almost 2024 already? The Army went off yesterday. Uh-oh. The Army went off yesterday. You're going to have to bring me up to speed on that. The Army went off yesterday. Here's what we have lined up. Because like I said, we got a great show. I feel like we got a great show, and I could always be wrong. But I feel like we have a great show lined up for this morning. So just right off the gate, like I said, if you haven't already, click like, share, subscribe. This is the only show on Saturdays where we talk comic books and college football. And I know y'all be like, well, damn, how you make all that go together? Because we like comic books and college football. If you did y'all see the new thing that I got out there? Now, we're on our way to 900. We are driving harder 900. We are doing different things to get to 900. This is the third week of college football. Yes, it is. This is the third week of college football. And I started off the show, SEC superheroes. That's what I said. But I never gave us a superhero, an SEC superhero for the first week. I'm going to right that wrong. And since I believe in equal energy, there are going to be some weeks where I personally don't feel as if anyone in the SEC did anything. That will be the week that the mascots of evil. I thought about that last. What's going on? What's going on, Uncle Taki? The mascots of evil. Tell me y'all don't like that. The mascots of evil. I was like, I love that. It's official. It is official. The Rock With Me Nation moderator is in the building. And I don't care if it's just me and him in the building. If D. Steezel is in the building, it's official. But yeah, we got a lot going on this week, man. I thank y'all so much for rocking with me, giving me the strength to do this. You see your boy rocking a fresh cut. What y'all prefer? The grizzled look with the beard or the clean look fade with the goatee? Y'all tell me which one. You know, your boy kind of suffered from the pseudofolliculitis a little bit and everything like that. So I have to watch how much I shave and everything like that. But Screen Rant. Theo, what's up? What's going on? What's going on, RG? What's going on? Listen, every time I see your name, I think about Ryan Clark. I be like, RC Talks Basketball. Thank you so much for dropping in this morning. Screen Rant. You know, you know what? First of all, let's just go over the topics for today's show because we realize we only got a couple hours before kickoff, right? So let's get it in. Black Panther needs to think more like Batman to be his new villains. Does he really? Marvel elevates a D-list Avenger to a Black Panther level fighter who can beat T'Challa. Really? I read that issue. Meet the new Moon Knight who replaced Mark Spector. Y'all killing off Mark Spector already? He just got his own show last week. What's going on, Kamoya? What's going on? Previews of the upcoming SEC football games, because we do have some previews of the SEC football games and everything like that. And a new show name. I was really struggling with SEC superheroes and everything. So, and plus, I didn't want to get sued. Like, I don't have a contract with the SEC. I don't want the smoke. I don't want the smoke. So I said, Theo, you can talk about SEC football, but give it a different name. So I said, comics and college football Saturday. Comics and college football Saturday. What's going on? What's going on, Chesney? What's going on? College and comic. I'm gonna say comics and college football Saturday. I think that's a win-win. It's still flowing, everything like that. Y'all know I'm gonna be talking about comic superheroes and everything like that. Anything related to superheroes, y'all know that already. And y'all know I'm gonna be talking SEC football. Y'all know that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Speaking of SEC football, I was looking at some stuff. You know what? We'll come back to that later because by and large, y'all do come here for the comic book contact. So, Screen Rant. Who writes for these people? Screen Rant. Black Panther needs to think more like Batman to beat his new villains. Does he? This is when I ask the question, do you read the comic book? I'll make sure I'm going to keep up with these notes. I'll make sure I'm keep the SEC will leave you destitute. Hey, man, but, you know, I gotta rock with who I rock with, though. I gotta ride with my horse. I gotta ride till the wheels fall off. So, Screen Rant, and I'm gonna tap into this real quick. Basically, this article is by Joe Anthony Myrick, published 2 days ago. Black Panther needs to think more like Batman to beat his new villains. What new villains have we seen in Eve Ewing's 4-issue run that T'Challa need to think more like Batman? And let's talk about T'Challa and these Batman comparisons, because you know we never compare Batman to T'Challa. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just my humble opinion. Any comparison to T'Challa to Batman, if anybody compares T'Challa to Batman, 9 times out of 10, in my opinion, that's a backhanded compliment, because it's not complimentary. It's not positive. They're saying that something's wrong with T'Challa, or T'Challa's emulating Batman. We never had that conversation the other way around. This is some good coffee. I would not be mentioning the name of the coffee maker, nor will I be mentioning the name of the creamer maker until we do something about these sponsorship deals. So we're not going to do that. And D. Steezel knows, and Ronnie knows, anytime I come with this coffee, it's going to be strong. The truth, i.e., it's going to be strong. So yeah, here's what they had to say. Like I said, this was written by Joe Anthony Myrick. As he embarks on his new journey as a street-level hero, it may be time for Black Panther to take some cues from Batman. I'm thinking this would be somebody who did not read Black Panther, Deadliest Man Alive. Didn't read that run. I don't think they read that run. It's honestly a slap in the face, in my opinion. T'Challa has more in-depth character development than Bruce Wayne. Bruce isn't the avatar for an Egyptian god. No, he's not. Great point. I never think of Batman when I think of T'Challa. I never have either. My ex would tell you that, huge Batman fan, my former black Mustang was called the Dark Knight. It was. I liked it. It was black. I never thought T'Challa never crossed my mind. I hear T'Challa never crosses my mind when I'm reading a story involving Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne never crosses my mind when I'm reading a story about T'Challa. They really are 2 different damn characters. I don't want to insult people, because honestly, we can draw similarities between Spider-Man and Bruce Wayne if we wanted to. I get it. They are 2 different characters. And you can't even say street level in Wakanda when it comes to T'Challa, because by and large, he don't have any. He don't have any. The typical, he don't. And these not the typical street level villains. So to even make such a, clearly ain't read, we just want to cash in on the name Black Panther, cash in on the name T'Challa. I would dare say even cash in on the name Eve Ewing, because to write such an article doesn't do her, because now what you're saying is Eve Ewing is creating characters similar to Batman. An article like this doesn't do her any good. It really, in my opinion, gives the impression that she's not original. She's not putting out original content. That's the insinuation. Let me keep going. And I'm going to make sure that I get this link and everything. Y'all know how I get down. We are in here this morning. I don't want to act like that. Y'all rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. Y'all rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you, you rocking with me. So taking all things into consideration and everything like that. You rocking with me. So taking all things into consideration and everything like that. My bad. Make sure we put this in here. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I put the article in here so that y'all have it, so that y'all can check it out on your own when you get a chance. Y'all know how I get down. I like to make sure I say sharing is caring. I do mean that. So don't take my word for it. Y'all know that's one of the things that I preach as well. Don't take my word for anything. Always research yourself. Always research yourself. Now I have to be honest with y'all. I did feel like T'Challa was a copycat version of Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, and until you start reading. That's a fair assessment if you look at the color combination and everything, the ears. That's fair if you don't know. But once you know, once you read, you're not supposed to be writing something like that. If they put T'Challa and Bruce in a room together, the only thing they might be able to put some other than that, you gonna have. There's nothing that Bruce is going to do with T'Challa. And I'm sorry. If you're a Batman fan, you're a Batman expert. What Bruce knows, T'Challa knows, and then some. How strong and fast Bruce is, T'Challa is that, and then some. So it's not going to be a fair fight. He's going to get his ass whooped, because if you finna say, well, watch this. He got plot armor over here. Well, guess what? That same plot armor applies to this person over here. If you are comparing them, that plot armor. Okay, well, this person is a master of preparation. Okay, so is this person over here too. So if you giving them equal time to prepare for each other, the brother is finna beat the billionaire's ass. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Ain't even finna be close. He's finna whoop his ass. He finna whoop his ass. He finna whoop his ass. I'm sorry. It ain't even finna be close. He gonna whoop his ass. So they're both smart, got money, martial artists. The major difference is T'Challa is beyond wealthy, ruler of an ancient nation. In a galaxy. Like, let's say that. In a galaxy. Like, damn dog, a galaxy? Like, and we have not explored that yet. We really, really have not explored that yet. But that's that and everything. I just wanted to put that on the table because I was like, what in the world are we doing with this? So we're going to keep the party going and everything like that. Keep it moving right along. Let's take a look at these SEC games for Saturday. And I'm going to start off with the one that I really want to sit back and watch this one. Tennessee. Florida. Y'all need me to say that one more time. Tennessee visits the Florida Gators in the swamp. And I just need everybody to know I'm here for it. I know I'm a huge Georgia Bulldog fan. I know by and large I shouldn't be talking about Florida like that. I know because I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. But good football. First and foremost, I am a college football fan. And I'm telling you, I want to see this game because to me, by and large, this is a barometer game. Is Tennessee ready to take the next step? Because they took a big one last year. Is Florida as bad as they've been looking? I wants to know. I need to know. I need to know. I think the nation need to know. So let's take a look at these games right here. Let's start off with the Florida Gators. They got that game today. We're going to take a look at it. Like I said, it's comics in college football. We're going to blend them in. We're going to blend them in. Yes, good God Almighty. That game is at 7 p.m. on ESPN. Make sure you done got your hair cut. However you get that, whatever you normally do on Saturday, you get your hair done, you get your nails did, you get your toes done, everything like that. And you like college football, you barbecuing, whatever you doing, you like college football, you need to make sure it's done by 7 o'clock because this game is kicking off on ESPN at 7 p.m. And I'm here to tell you, the Volunteers -6.5. The Volunteers -6.5. Did y'all watch Tennessee play Virginia last week? Did y'all get caught up on the score? it all out real quick. You might have got caught up on the score. And if you got caught up on the score, I totally understand. So Tennessee, last week, they played Austin Peay. They beat them 30-13. At home. 30-13. Austin Peay. 30-13. I know that we look at it, them 30 points. I look at it as you only won by 17. Y'all need me to say that one more time? $17. That's it. They made a lot of points. Then the week before that, you played Virginia. I know 49-13. Did y'all take a look at them stats for the game to see how well Tennessee performed in those particular games? I did. I did. And I found some things. In the 8 down south, Dade County, they would call it Aki. Shout out to my brother Feeney and everything like that. 212 passing yards, 287 rushing yards. So you're not throwing the football, which is what you hung your hat on last year. You running the football. Y'all know how I feel about teams that run the football, but they really ain't got no passing game, i.e. they're not playing complimentary football. My question becomes, what happens when you can't run the football? That's a valid question. When you can't run the football, are you as successful? Tennessee, Josh Heupel, they're not throwing the football all over the place like that. First 2 games, they've been running the football. Okay, Florida ain't look too good against the run either. Utah, Florida ain't look too good against the run, and Florida ain't running the football that well. They're not. And somebody already is on the hot seat. If Florida loses this game today and Tennessee is favored by 6.5. Tennessee is favored by 6.5. I don't think Billy Napier makes it out of Gainesville this year. I don't. Florida has expectation. The Gators have expectation. And while you are willing to go back and forth with Georgia as to who's on top when it comes to the SEC East, I don't think you plan on going back and forth with Tennessee to see who's going to be either second or third in regard to Georgia. And they got the facilities there at Florida. They have the resources there at Florida. So why they're struggling? Well, as I said before, I'll say it again. People want to keep acting like they don't hear it. You have too many D1 schools in the state of Florida. Too many. Shout out to the coach at Florida State. He is getting Mike Norvell. He's getting that thing turned around. I'm impressed with what they have going on. Been a long time going. We know how college football works, though. You got to win the trenches. What Jimbo Fisher did walking out the door, Mike Norvell is building back up. That offensive line is solid. And if you are Florida State football, you know damn good and well what I'm talking about. That offensive line was horrendous when Jimbo Fisher walked out the building. So, Tennessee versus Florida. I can't say I necessarily like 6.5 because at some point in time, I'm looking for the Gators to have some type of pride. So if you want to take the 6.5, take the 6.5. I would probably feel better with 4. So I'll take Tennessee -4. That said, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Florida pulls the upset. If Florida pulls the upset, this is the swamp, and Tennessee has been known, the right environment. This ain't Hendon Hooker. We saw what happened when they played Georgia. Alabama, no, Theo, they beat Alabama. Yeah. This ain't Hendon Hooker. We're going to see what it looked like down in the swamp, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I do not look for Tennessee to cover that spread. You want to put your money on it, you put your money on it, but I think the Gators are going to come play with some pride today. That's how I feel about it. Let me make sure I keep up with these notes because y'all giving me energy this morning. I want to make sure I give it right back. Yeah, I think Tennessee takes it. Good morning, Grand Madam Tarot. Grand Madam Tarot is in the building. Yes, my mentor is in the building. What's going on, Grand Madam? Batman has no responsibility. Black Panther is responsible for a nation. I don't think people think about that for a second. Buddy is over a whole nation. You got this one. Let's think about this for a second. T'Challa, people, he got a nation. Bruce got a whole damn bat team in Gotham and still struggling to hold down New York City. He's struggling because it ain't a state. Bruce ain't struggling to hold down a state. He's not doing that. Bruce is struggling to hold down a major metropolitan city. That's what that is. A major metropolitan city. That's New York City, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. He's not watching over the whole United States of America. He's not even watching over the entire state of New York. No, he got one city. Man, y'all leave T'Challa alone. Have me in here this morning. Don't have me in here this morning. Y'all mess around with T'Challa. Let's keep it going, though. We had another article. I don't know what was going on. Screen Rant. T'Challa is generating a lot of interest. I'm here for it. Screen Rant also had another article. They did. Marvel elevates. This kind of hurt me, but I don't. Multiple things can be true at one time. Let me get this link right here, copy it, and put it back with y'all so y'all have it. I was like, you really gonna say that with your chest, huh? You really gonna say that with your chest? So y'all should see it in the link and everything like that there. I should have put that down there on Black Panther. So Marvel Screen Rant elevates a D-list. I dig back that he's not one of my DC favorite. Always like suits more than him. That's cool. That's cool. My homeboy Gabbo, huge Superman fan. Batman fan too. Batman fan. We're gonna take a look at this here. D-list. That kind of D-list. What is Booster Gold? What is Booster Gold? Because I know he ain't an A-list. When we say Booster Gold is B-list or C-list? What would Booster Gold be considered? Batman had to recruit child soldiers just to get the job. He protect the city people. He did. You know, Ron, I can't say nothing when you're right. Like I really can't say nothing when you're right. Like, the kids, they kids for real. But let's keep it going. Marvel elevates a D-list. Is Booster Gold? I know he's not an A-list. Would you consider Booster Gold? Here we go. Ted Cord and Booster Gold. Would you consider them B-list or C-list characters? I'm asking the question because according to this article, Killmonger would take Gotham. You know what? Here we go. I like that. I like when you said Bank. Killmonger. I like when you said Killmonger because to me, Killmonger, that's Bane. Bane and Killmonger in a fight. Bane and Killmonger in a fight. We'll come back to that. But this comes from Robert Wood, published September 5th, 2023. Black Panther may be the deadliest man alive. Ain't no mate. Ain't no mate. Put some respect on that man's name. Ain't no mate. Ain't no mate. Carol Danvers. If Carol Danvers called him the deadliest man alive, he's the deadliest man alive. He's the deadliest man alive. Ain't no if. Put some respect on that man's name. But a former Avenger is challenging that title thanks to new weapons and upgraded armor. As the Black, damn all that. He talking about Deathlock. If you rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you, you rocking with me. Black Panther, issue 4. He take on Deathlock. That scuffle. That wasn't no fight. That was a tussle. That fight lasted all of maybe 2-3 pages. Like That ain't no damn fight. They elevated him. They ain't elevate. You can't elevate nobody in no damn. You know what? I'm old. I forget things at times. I do. Just being fair. I can't remember. I know he was in the comic book. I do. Especially the last run. I do. I know he was in there. I read it. I did. I don't pretend to be the smartest because I'm smart. The smartest. But I know I'm smart. I don't remember Deathlock being a member of the Avengers at any point in history, like on the official roster. Somebody help me out. Somebody, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. That's what winds up happening. As I like to say, wrong is a process to being right. Somebody put it in the comment section because I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I understand I could be wrong. I just don't remember Deathlock being a member of the official Avengers roster. But you know what I can't remember? Nice little segue here. We're still talking, it's comics and college football Saturday. And what did I tell y'all? I said, damn it, every time we talk in college football, you just might as well go ahead and say, we're going to talk about Colorado. I know. Anytime someone can hang with T'Challa, it's because T'Challa wasn't trying to fight. Boost them through the D-list. Okay, so I guess Deathlock could be seen as a C-list, D-list hero. It was tough. But, segue. I like that. Nice little segue. Colorado. Anytime we're talking college football, Colorado is subject to be on the show. I just do not care. So, this is when cultures need to talk. So, and I be trying to help people out. I don't want this show to be that show, but it's just, we culturally different. And see, you can't make me be like you culturally because you're not trying to be like me culturally. You're not trying to play my theme music. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Mr. Paul Martin. Thank you. I thought I was slipping. I thought I was losing my damn mind. So, the Colorado State head coach, your mama told you to take your hat and your shades off when you talking to grown folk. Okay, I'm gonna help y'all out. I know people might became a Deathlock fan with Dwayne McDuffie's early 90s. Oh, Dwayne McDuffie. Shout out to the late great Dwayne McDuffie, by the way. Bro, we need you in more ways than one. Ooh, I know you looking down, and I know you got to be shaking your head. I know you and Chadwick Boseman both got to be looking down, shaking y'all damn head. Like, what in the hell is going on? We shouldn't even be here because I think by and large, Dwayne McDuffie, Chadwick Boseman, if they were track runners in the 4x4 100, I think it's safe to say they gave us a nice lead and we dropped the damn baton there. But anyway, going back to because I want to make sure I get this right. Deathlock, T'Challa, segue, things of that nature. Colorado, Deion Sanders, culture. Don't want to call it culture appropriation. First and foremost, when folks in our culture want to come after one another, playing the dozens, rap battling, whatever you want to call it, we really don't want mamas to come up. But they can, and they fair game. They fair game. We really don't want mamas to come up. What you're not trying to do is bring up the mama. Because if you don't want somebody talking about your mama, you just keep mamas off the table. See, this is a coach who is talking to his fan base. But you got culture involved. Because see, Deion ain't a white coach. I know people like Theo. No. It's certain things you just can't say. Because see, respect It's different amongst cultures. You trying to say what your mama said is if he wasn't taught no damn manners. Can't do that. Can't do that. Because see, if we do this in our culture, it's called playing the dozens. We snap it. We roast it. In other words, you just open the door up for Deion Sanders to talk about your whole damn family. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your cousin. You just opened it up for him. But what does that have to do with football? Not a damn thing. So what are you really speaking to when you talk about the fact that he got his shades on and his baseball cap on? What are you really talking to? Because I know some coaches sit down at the podium and keep a damn visor on. Won't take it off. So what are you talking? Because his hat and his visor has nothing to do with football. No, what you're trying to do is paint a picture. And every person of color knows it. You're trying to paint a picture. You're trying to make Deion seem, to a degree, less civilized than you. Like he has less manners than you. Like he's less of a professional than you. Here's what I'm going to tell everybody that's a college football coach, black, white, Jew, Gentile, in regards to Deion Sanders. You can't hold his jockstrap. You can't hold his jockstrap. And I'm not that dude for Deion. It's just when I look at the guy's list of accomplishments, you can't compare. You can't hold his jockstrap. You can't wash his jockstrap. You can't purchase his jockstrap. You can't even fit his damn jockstrap. You can't. Came out of college, high school, college, went to the NFL combine, went to go play for the Atlanta Falcons. I want to tell you, by and large, that a cornerback, not a quarterback, not a running back, not a wide receiver, a cornerback to this day is the most famous football player on that football team. And as he said, I will say it for him. Deion, I hope I'm not misquoting you. This is my house. I built this house, and it will always be my house. That's what Deion said. By and large, the Atlanta Falcons, if they're relevant today, it's because of Deion Sanders. Somebody who left the Atlanta Falcons, went to the San Francisco 49ers, then went to the Dallas Cowboys. He played receiver. He played baseball for the Yankees and the Braves. Bruh, you can't say nothing about this dude. You can run your mouth, but it reeks of jealousy. It reeks of envy, because what you should have been talking about was football. But as a head coach, and you got a game this today. You got a game today. You want to make it about you and certain other people versus Deion. Deion, after they beat Nebraska, there was an older Caucasian lady in her late 80s, early 90s talking about play my theme music. I don't want to call Deion Sanders a Teflon Don. Stop playing the race card, though. Stop playing the race card. Stop trying to talk about this brother like he's uneducated. You jealous. You jealous. This brother has accomplished more in his lifetime than you will in yours. That's just it. He had accomplished more in his lifetime 20 years ago than you will for the rest of your life. As a matter of fact, you're jealous. He came from an HBCU and he's coaching the college. Y'all both in the same state. Which program has the pedigree? It ain't Colorado State. It's Colorado. Stop worrying about what he got on. Worry about who he got on the field. Worry about them plays that you need to be calling, because you got a game this Saturday. And what nobody's going to want to hear after the game is that you got drugged. because the primary topic of conversation for me is going to be, had you been more concerned about the X's and O's as opposed to what your mama told you, how somebody should be dressed? Your mama ain't everybody's mama. That's the other thing. You were implying that your mama ain't God, dude. Your mama ain't better than nobody else's mama. Your mama don't know more than somebody else's mama. And just because your mama told you that, don't make it right. It's called entitlement. 101. Might need to think about that. Let's keep the party going, though. Let's keep the party. Hey, I know I talked about this and everything like that. I did. We covered this a lot. Giant Man. Remember I told y'all about the Giant Man? 24 inches and everything like that. So I was talking to my daughter. Yes, we shifting gears. We're going back to superhero. I was talking to my daughter. Worry about his team beating yours. Yeah, worry about that. Colorado going to take off that belt and whip the crap out of Colorado State like Pops told kid. Man, shout out to him, man. God, man, damn it. Bruh, Robin Harris. Bruh, you missed, bruh. You was missed when you left. Here it is, 2023. Several years later, you are still missed, and you need to know. Bebe's kid. We still remember that, bruh. Bebe's kids. Clearly play house party. Mr. Robin Harris, you are still thought about, sir. You're still thought about. A black man who's confident, sure of himself, and is damn good at what he does, has people insecure and jealous. Weak-minded people. I'm gonna say that weak-minded people. Weak-minded people. Because I love it. The AD at Colorado said, hey man, I need a splash higher. You need to get your program back right. You get ready to go into the Big 12. Well, damn. As I said before, folks say some of the stupidest stuff without thinking about it. Just stop. If you don't know before you run your mouth, just stop. Had a Caucasian do, well, maybe the black players don't want to be head coaches like that. You just going to be stupid. You just determined to be stupid. When you could just pump your brakes and say either, hey, I don't know, or let me think about it for a little bit. No, let me just say something stupid because I know what it is, but I don't want it to be that. Okay. Deion Sanders left Jackson State, but he didn't leave Jackson State. No, Colorado called. Colorado called. They said, hey, we need that. We need you. We'll pay you whatever. They know what he bringing. They know what he bringing. And the dude knows football. This is a guy who's been playing football since he was a kid. How you thinking somebody don't know the X's and O's and been playing since they was a damn kid? What you thinking? They just know the X's and O's from a player perspective? No, when you're a leader on the football field, every player knows this. Male, female. Anytime you're the leader in a team sport, regardless of what sport it is, you're the de facto coach on the field. You're the one calling the plays. As a matter of fact, you're the ones making the adjustment on the field. We thinking Deion didn't do this? After having guarded some of the all-time greats at wide receiver, he don't know the game? It's not a matter of whether or not you know the game. It's a matter of whether or not you can teach the game. And guess what? He can teach the game. He been teaching it. High school coach. College coach. Bruh, you're not going to be long at Colorado State. Deion is finna start. I said it once. Y'all heard me say it. I will say it again. Colorado is finna be the Georgetown of college football. This will be the secondary school that quite a few of us root for. We will be rooting for our primary school, be rooting for the HBCU as well. But we're all going to be pulling for Colorado. We want Colorado to drag them. Guess what? You got NFL players telling their brothers at other D1 schools to go play for Deion. If I'm not mistaken, there's a 5-star running back right now in Alabama talking about, I want to go to Colorado. That's why Nick Saban got his ass up out of there. It's like, I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Saban helped him get that damn job at Colorado. And when I say helped him get that job, probably made some, hey, first job come available, get Deion the hell up out of here. Because Deion too close to that dude. Like, you can't be that close to me recruiting. I'm not going to win. Let me see. Just the X's and O's. Deion Sanders seems to be head and shoulder better than the other coaches. I don't. The athletic ability is so much superior as the skills are better applied. Yes, bro. They hate on him because he's a classic, man. Was that a pun? Was that a pun? Was that a pun? Camille? That's the Colorado game to watch today. I hope Coach Prime and the boys beat the brakes off that coach that was talking trash. Here's the thing: speed kills. Good comparison, brother. I love Georgetown back in the day, even though I'm a Michigan fan. Yeah, listen, you. First of all, being a Georgia Bulldog fan does not. It don't. Y'all think about Georgia, y'all football, and everybody want to think about it. No, I said I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. That means I got to claim the college basketball team too. Damn it, we ain't had nothing to talk about since Dominique Wilkins. We ain't had a damn thing to talk about since Dominique Wilkins. So yeah, I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. The Georgia Bulldogs getting drugged on the basketball court. Who am I looking at? They make me feel halfway decent. It's the Georgetown Hoyas. Now, if they and the Bulldogs lost, I was having a bad basketball season. Let me make sure I keep it with that. Deion did, man, listen. And I don't, you think, and see, here's the thing. Size says something too. Because see, we all know Deion is intelligent and everything like that. But Deion has the flash and everything. So people want to paint Deion in a box. That coach from Colorado not talking like that if that's Bo Jackson as the head coach. You're not talking like that if the head coach is a former offensive lineman, defensive lineman, linebacker. You talking like that because he's a cornerback. You talk like that more than likely if he's a quarterback or a wide receiver. But you're not stupid. Anybody with a backer in their name, running back, linebacker, not quarterback. You're not talking like that. So yeah, that's the other reason why you're talking greasy. I always do it. Goes like, man, listen, Georgetown is that lit. Like low key, I still rock with Georgetown. We just really ain't got no reason to talk about Georgetown like that. But so yeah, you talk about Deion Sanders all you want to, but yeah, we want to make sure we stand up with these games. Tennessee by 4. Tennessee -4. That's me. That's what I'm sticking with. Tennessee -4. I'm not willing to go back with that. Let's make sure we stay with college football because we do have some games, if I'm not mistaken. We gonna go back to it. Cause y'all rocking with me, and I dang so appreciate it. If y'all haven't already, y'all make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button, and everything like that. Y'all know this is our college comic book show. We go all the way to kickoff and everything like that. I'm gonna keep y'all up to date with some fresh. I did go to the comic book store this week. I did. We got some things going on. Tell me what we're looking at. My Georgia Bulldogs are favored by 26.5. 3:30 game against South Carolina. Georgia ain't looked that good. Georgia has not looked that good. I know we won. But Georgia, in my opinion, has not looked that good. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But despite the scores, Georgia's offense ain't looking like it did last year. No, Georgia's offense is looking like Mike Bobo calls it. The former head coach of Colorado State. Got too many playmakers out there. I'm not seeing enough plays being made on the offense. I get it. Yes, we don't have depth at running back due to injuries and everything like that, but that offensive line is still that offensive line. What am I looking at? Hit them lights because you don't know who the hell Joe is. Who is he? Still don't know who Njoku is. But Georgia. So Georgia has a great offensive line, not playing like it. Beat up backfield, playing like a beat up backfield. First-year quarterback, throwing like a first-year quarterback. I know he's a 5-star. He ain't started. Offense coordinator, who under Mark Richt was notoriously known for getting Georgia's offense off to a slow start. Todd Monken is gone. What am I looking at? Well, before I do that, I just want to do this part right here. Milroe, the quarterback for Alabama, the first week of college football, he was the SEC superhero. I didn't see one last week, so the mascots of evil beat down the SEC. I'm sure Marcus and Josh from back of the bus would like to hear that. That the mascots of evil. Justin Fields was at Georgia for a hot second. What is your assessment of him after 3 years? Justin Fields should have been Shedeur Sanders. And y'all, Blue, what's going on? Justin Fields should have been Shedeur Sanders. Football, we get caught up in speed and everything like that, the glitz and glamour of it. Oh, scored a touchdown. No, football is really a X's and O's game. How many people play chess? I love chess. Once I learned how to play chess, I don't want to play checkers no more because it's a strategy game. Watch this. How many people play spades? I only like to play spades when we bid. I don't like to play spades when you just got a score to meet. No, read your hand. Show me you know how to read your hand. Justin doesn't have a team around him. Justin doesn't have a team around him, but go back. Justin Fields had a problem going into high school. It wasn't Justin Fields' problem. Justin Fields' problem, if you're a father and you have a son, plays football, little league football and everything like that, and you go out there and you see these kids playing little league football, Pop Warner football, if the black kid is at quarterback, not knocking anybody, if the black child is at quarterback, what do you see the black child doing most of the time at quarterback? I'll wait. We're talking at the developmental age when you should be, because see, the difference between Justin Fields is the difference between Justin Fields as a kid and Peyton Manning as a kid. Justin Fields as a kid, Peyton Manning as a kid. Let me take everybody else out of it and let me put myself into it. My wife has thick legs, and small ankles. So I know off the rip, God bless us with a son. He going on the track team. He going on track team. That's what he going on track team. I'm finna build up his speed. Now, why am I going to build up my son's speed? Because I already have a vision. I want my son to either play quarterback or cornerback. Quarterback or cornerback. If he's at quarterback, I got D ends coming off the corner that run 4.40s. So I need my son to be able to get up out of Dodge. But what I will not do is teach my son to run first. What I will do is teach my son how to read the field, not half the field, not a quarter of the field, but the entire field. This is what the problem was when Justin Fields got to Georgia. He was running an RPO in high school. Well, what is an RPO? It's a run pass option. Are you really looking at the entire field or are you looking at a quarter of it? Are you reading the entire field, running an RPO offense, or are you reading a quarter of the field? You're reading a quarter of the field. And it don't matter how strong your arm is, because you're looking for the defense to be out of place based on movement in the backfield. That's what you're looking at. Well, what happens if the defense isn't out of place, i.e. their discipline? You have nowhere to go with the football. And if you can't outrun everybody, if the defense ain't out of place, your speed don't matter. What you're looking for at the RPO is if nothing is open over here, you're looking for the backside safety to have abandoned the field, thus leaving a wide receiver wide ass open. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. So you had Justin Fields, who was athletically superior to Jake Fromm, not be able to take advantage of his athletic abilities. He went to Ohio State. Well, Ohio State under Urban Meyer runs an RPO-based offense. That's why he was successful over there. Well, when he got to the pros, get me a pro team that runs an RPO offense and is successful at it. He went to the Bears. That team had no athletic ability. The coach didn't want to put him on the field because he was like, he can't read the whole field. Then when they did put him on the field the second season, the offensive line wasn't there. So you got a quarterback who's by and large been used to reading just a quarter of the field, with a sorry-ass team around him. You're looking for that boy to get hurt in ways that we'll never see Peyton Manning get hurt. As a matter of fact, I ask you this question. When was the last time you seen a traditional quarterback get hurt? I didn't say anything about a dual threat. I didn't say anything about a mobile quarterback. When was the last time you seen a quarterback? Do you know why? I like to say, when you know what you can't do, all parents back in the day would play spades and bid whist. Us kids played video games. Facts. I've never been told I was fast. So my mind had to be fast. I never had the jumping ability like that. So then it's about position. So you got to be able to dissect the play, and you got to be in a position to make a play before anybody else does, because you're not as fast as them and you can't jump as high as them. Well, when you know what you can't do, you're capable of doing a whole lot more. And guess what immobile quarterbacks know they can't do? They know they can't run. They know they can't run. You ain't going nowhere. And they know that clock is ticking. I got about 3 seconds to get rid of this football before my lights get turned out. I got about 3 seconds to get rid of this football before my lights get turned out. And they know that at an early age. That big stocky person in the pocket that looked like the worst athlete on the field, that person know they the worst athlete on the field. You ain't telling them nothing they don't know. They already know that. That's why they didn't work on some other stuff. Well, what would happen if the best athlete on the field was as smart as the worst athlete on the field? What would happen with that one? Yeah, ain't nobody ever stopped to think about, as much as we like Lamar Jackson, why the Ravens keep struggling in the playoffs. People tripping because the Ravens hired Todd Monken. Do you know why they hired Todd Monken? Because Lamar Jackson is tired of running an RPO-based offense. They're going to get him killed. He want to go to the Hall of Fame. He want a Super Bowl ring. He didn't see players come before him that, while they weren't as talented as him, was damn near doing the same thing. Let's not act like Colin Kaepernick wasn't running the same type of offense. Let's not do that. Let's not act like Robert Griffin III didn't come out of college running a similar pro-style offense. Let's not act like that. They were. Didn't work. They got hurt. Bars. Should Deion Sanders look surgical? He should. If Tom Brady is your quarterback mentor, you should. Which, if I'm any head coach, so you talk about, see, this is how people get beside themselves. You want to talk greasy about Deion Sanders. Well, Deion Sanders is in a select club that, regardless of what you look like, you're not a part of. The GOAT Club. See what y'all thought I was going to say? He's a part of the GOAT Club. Deion Sanders is regarded as the greatest cornerback of all time, bar none. He is. Okay. Well, Tom Brady, by quite a few, not me. Tom Brady is regarded by quite a few as the greatest quarterback of all time. They got something in common. Not the fact that they didn't play football. Not the fact that they played professional football. Not the fact that, both of them going to be in the Hall of Fame. Not the fact that both of them didn't win Super Bowl. No, that's not what they got in common. They're both considered GOATs. And that's who's been mentoring his son. And what does Tom Brady do better than anybody aside from Peyton Manning? Might do it better than Peyton Manning, a little less better than Peyton Manning. Dissect the defense. Should you be surprised that a young man whose quarterback coach is Tom Brady? Let's just go ahead and say that. His quarterback coach is Tom Brady. Are we really surprised he ain't throw the pick yet? And you better not send the house at him. That's the other thing. If you send the house at him, he got the wheels to get out of Dodge. And he got the skill on the outside to make you regret doing that. That's what I wanted Michael Vick to be. That's what I wanted. What we're seeing from Shedeur Sanders is what I wanted to see from Michael Vick. What we're seeing from Shedeur Sanders is what I want to see from every brother that plays that position going forward. What I want to see going forward from every brother, I want to see you play the quarterback position like Charlie Ward played the quarterback position for the Florida State Seminoles. Run it like a point guard. You got the athletic ability. Well, good God Almighty Jesus, when athleticism matches intelligence, there's nothing you cannot accomplish. Nothing. So to all the brothers that's playing quarterback right now, Jalen Milroe, learn how to read the field. Learn how to dissect it. Learn how to make the defensive coordinator your female dog. Learn it. Parents, if you got kids and you want them to play the quarterback position, you put them on the track team. And I don't care what her ethnicity is. Put them on the track team. Build up their speed as much as possible. Then sit them down in front of the TV and go over coverages. I say that as a football coach. I say that as somebody who taught my girls' flag football team, high school girls' flag football team, a young lady who had never played quarterback before. I say that as somebody who's taught a young lady who was in 11th grade how to dissect coverages. It ain't that damn hard, especially if you can look at a receiver and do like this. They go in motion. The person with that lined up in front of them go in motion. Oh, they in man. They in man. You see somebody sitting dead over the center, right behind the linebacker. How many people you see sitting back there? And I'm talking about behind the linebacker. How many people you see back there? One or two. How tight is this DB over here? The DB is how tight on the receiver? Okay, do they have their butt turned to you and they pressed up on it? Oh, that's press man coverage. That's press man coverage. Yeah. Oh, the DB is looking at you. You can see the DB looking at you. Oh, that's zone coverage. If the DB looking at you, he finna drop off his zone. If the DB ain't looking at you, they in man. You teach these kids this type of stuff early. Teach it to them early, because by and large, if you don't, the only thing the coach is concerned about is winning. You cannot rely on a coach who's not your child's father to teach your child the ABCs of playing these positions. They want to win. And if your child is the fastest thing on the field and they got him at quarterback, they're not as concerned about your child learning how to play the position as much as they're concerned about your child getting them the W. Because low-key, they think the Pop Warner position is going to get them to the high school coach, which is going to get them to the collegiate. No, you're a Pop Warner coach. Just stay with that one right there. You're a Pop Warner. Let me keep up with some of these notes and everything. Do you think Deion Sanders could take that Nebraska quarterback Sims, big, strong, fast cannon arm, no skills? Could Deion Sanders make him a quarterback? Is it too late when they get to college? It's too late depending on what year you are in college, because you're behind the 8 ball. It's too late depending. Could I have got Justin Fields and turned him into that dude? He'd have had to sit for a year. He was impatient. He didn't want to do that. He'd have had to sit for a year. But if you can get an incoming freshman that's got those raw skills and teach them, because we read coverages and we play video games. We play Madden. We play NCAA. We send receivers in motion just to see what's going on. We sit up there and we look at them coverages and everything like that. Be like, yeah, that route ain't open. You know right off the rip from playing Madden, because what are you in Madden? What are you in NCAA? You the quarterback. You sitting up there looking at this. You sitting up there looking at coverage like, yeah. So while you might have routes You got a hot route that you know is open right off the line because you know everything. It's no different. It's no, what I did with my young ladies, because one, I didn't want to talk to them like they were girls. Curse them? No, I wasn't going to do that. Talk to them like that. But as far as like terminology, I didn't make them feel stupid. I gave them the terminology. I taught them like I would teach the fellas. I told them, I said, hey, somebody in your house got a football game? My brother got Madden. Go watch your brother play Madden or go play it with him. Ask your brother about these coverages and everything like that. You got to make these young ladies feel comfortable. Okay, well, you got to make the young man feel comfortable. To me, recognizing coverages is no different than learning math. It's a science. Matter of fact, it's an exact science. It ain't but 11 people out there. It ain't but 11 people out there. They either in man, zone, or man zone. One of the two. Now, unlike math, as the quarterback, you get to dictate the coverage. You be like, oh, that's what that is over there? Y'all look like y'all in zone. Let me see something. Come over here real quick. If the defense just shifts, you be like, okay, they in zone. But if a man go run with him, you be like, oh, okay. That's what that is. No lie. We playing flag football. This is my flag football jersey. What did I just say? I said I've never been fast. Jump high, that ain't never been my thing. We playing a team. 7-on-7. It's an exact science. I'm the linebacker. Well, what do we like to do when we have a linebacker and you like to throw the football? We want to match the linebacker either up on who? Tailback or wide receiver. The team sent somebody in motion, and I went from being on the tailback to the wide receiver, and nobody adjusted. And I sat up there and I looked at my defense and said, for real? So we going to leak this what we doing? I looked at the quarterback. The quarterback looked at me and started smiling. I looked at the wide receiver. He started laughing. I already knew what time it was. Deion Sanders would have been proud of this one. Okay, I understand. I'm in a jacked up situation because the wide receiver who I can't out jump has a 3-inch height difference on me. He's taller than me. Okay, what are one of the techniques we teach cornerbacks? Do you rate Matt Rule as a coach? I'm in Carolina. He handpicked Darnell and Mayfield and Bridgewater, and they each look lost. All of the Nebraska quarterbacks look uncoached. How's he employed? Benefit of the doubt. Matt Rule got the benefit of the doubt that some other people won't get. And I'm going to keep it right there. Now, we can say that benefit of the doubt is for a plethora of reasons. But that's what that was. He gets the benefit of the doubt, just like quite a few other coaches get the benefit of the doubt that quite a few other coaches, for quite a few reasons, won't get. So, what did I do? Bell technique. Do we teach bell technique to our kids? Why not? Because you're not going to always be faster than the receiver you in front of. You're not. Sometimes you're going to be slower than this dude. And sometimes you're going to be slower than this dude by a lot. Not by a few, but by a lot. So what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to play bell technique. So what did I do? I looked at the quarterback. I turned my ass to the quarterback, pause, to tell him that I was in man. I wasn't. I dropped off in zone. I was gone before the ball was snapped. I timed it. And what I mean, I say I was gone, I was already hauling ass down the field before the ball was snapped. Well, you get a quarterback that's got an arm. Quarterbacks that have strong arms, their passes, they don't like throwing short passes. They will, but they don't like throwing short passes. They don't like throwing check down passes. Intermediate to deep. That's what they like. Intermediate to deep. Know why? Because they want to show off the arm strength. Intermediate to deep, throw the ball all the way across the field. I got a cannon back here. I want to show you this. What did this quarterback have? A cannon. What did this receiver like doing? Running flies. That's the other thing about being a cornerback. Scope out your competition. This was another reason why Deion Sanders was great. He studied the receivers he was guarding. Receiver ran a fly. Quarterback throwing the football. Well, hell, I was already 20 yards downfield. Quarterback tried to throw the ball to the receiver. You can't outrun somebody that's already back there. You can't. You cannot outrun a disciplined defensive back who's already 10 yards in front of the receiver. You can't. Ball got picked off. I picked it off. Threw it right to me. Because I want to burn the linebacker that's slower than the receiver. Let me heat. No. People say what they want to about Dexter Manley. Dexter Manley wasn't stupid. You can't be stupid and be in the NFL. Can't be stupid and be in the NFL. So let's keep this game going. As I said, keep the game going. Where we at? 11:06. We got 54 minutes before kickoff. So let's get into these 12 o'clock games. We got LSU at Mississippi State. LSU -9.5. I know LSU did not look good against Florida State, but when you got 6'6" on one side and 6'4" running on the other side, if your DBs are 5-something, you're not going to look good in that game. That's what happened. Florida State is going to make quite a few teams look bad this year. So don't get caught up on that. But this ain't FSU that LSU is playing. This is Mississippi State. The Mississippi State Bulldogs. They're playing them at their house. The under-over is 54.5. Game time is at 12 o'clock. LSU -9.5. I like it. I like it. You did ask me the question, Mr. Harvey, about Matt Rule. What's that song by Janet Jackson? What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. Matt Rule. We come from college. So there was no other 32 teams in the NFL. 32. With an offense and a defense coordinator. That's 64 coaches. So you mean to tell me there were no coaches in the NFL that were more qualified than Matt Rule coming out of college? 32 offense coordinators, 32 defense coordinators. Was nobody ready? That say a lot. Steve Wilkes had the Panthers winning games with P.J. Walker, even got wins with Sam Darnold. Frank Wright couldn't prep one rookie quarterback to take a snap in 5 years at Indy. Hated for Bryce Young. Like I said, we give them the benefit of the doubt. We give people the benefit of the doubt for whatever reason. I said the same thing about Disney. I fired quite a few people a long time ago, but we don't want to fire people for what reason? I don't care about you looking like me. You could be my son. You costing me money that you shouldn't be? Because you don't want to respect the source material? Oh. You got to go. You can't. You got to go. You got to go. Well, NFL owners, you already a billionaire, right? I like the NFL. It don't move me like college football because by and large, I'm convinced that too many owners in the NFL aren't concerned about winning. Do we really think Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboy owner, is concerned about winning the Super Bowl? I'm a Steelers fan, and I'm here to tell you, I do not believe the Steelers are concerned about winning the Super Bowl. I know that sound jacked up, but if we being fair and you looking at your team and you looking at the moves your team is making during the offseason, you looking at not just player hires, but you're also looking at coach hires. You're looking at your team perform on Sundays. You know where the problem is. The Steelers problem has been the offense coordinator. Yeah, I get it. Ben Roethlisberger was hugely immobile his last few years. That offense don't look like it didn't change. Well, what's the difference? The OC, Matt Canada. You either can call plays or you can't. You either gonna call some plays that look like they gonna confuse the defense or you can't. Kansas City ain't never had them problems. And I really don't want to say it's a personnel difference. Schemes, you can scheme people open. I don't think Matt Canada knows how to scheme his offense. We don't see Pittsburgh putting up points like that. We don't. So, to me, Matt Rule is a coach. Matt Rule should have stayed in college. He should never be in the NFL. Now he's in college now. He back where, but he ain't got the talent that he had, and he not gonna get it. He not gonna last in college. If he lasts after this year, he might last one more year. But he's not going to be able to be at Colorado State and taking L's from Deion Sanders, because it's going to be people looking at him and going to feel some type of way that he taking an L from Deion Sanders for whatever reason. Then Colorado State ain't that good. So he's at a program that's not going to elevate him. He's also in the same state with a coach he's not going to be able to out-recruit. I don't know what Matt Rule going to do, but his is trending downward, and that's just what it is. Seems like Steelers can't draft DBs, which is crazy because the Steelers have a DB, a former DB as head coach. I don't necessarily think it's a DB issue. Okay, if we're taking a short deviation. When I look at the Steelers haven't been the same since their previous defense coordinator, the one that they had played football for the Cleveland Browns, actually is in the NFL Hall of Fame as not only a player but as a coach as well. I want to say Dick LeBeau. That defense ain't been the same since. They don't come see about you. They don't come see about you. Now you got a few people on there that'll come see about you and everything like that, but it used to be a day you were scared to play the Steelers. Like, man, this gonna hurt. Then when you look at the offense, they got weapons all across the board. But Matt Canada has never made use of the offensive weapons. It ain't like they never had weapons. Steelers keep offensive talent. He ain't using them. Okay, well, if you can't scheme my people open, and I really want to say this Steelers roster, this is the most offensive firepower they've had in years, then you can't tell me what happened last week. But if I look at your play calling, and I looked at it during the preseason, I'm not impressed by your play calling. So why keep him? Mike Tomlin has been hamstrung by what I consider to be incompetent play callers on the offensive side of the football for the past 5 to 6 years. And that's what's cost Pittsburgh. You can get beat 30-something to 20-something, like 30, 38, 28. Pittsburgh is struggling to score 21 points a game, 14 points a game. That's not the players. That's the OC. So, but we got that 12 o'clock game. We also got Kansas State taking on Missouri. Kansas State minus 3.5. I want to make sure we stay on schedule. 11-13. They are scheduled to take on Missouri. 12 p.m. minus 3.5. If you're a Missouri fan, I look for Kansas State to cover that one. Big. Like so if you betting, and I might go get some of this change today. I don't know if I can just put money on the game. I don't know if I can just put money on one game, because they might be like, yeah, but I like that action though. I like that. Kansas State minus 3.5 over Missouri. Missouri's done nothing impressive all season except be 2-0. And we're not talking for Missouri to compete for the SEC championship this year, the SEC East. So Matt Rule has a horrible quarterback history. No good quarterback should go to him. He'll need to train one, and he's incompetent. Rule is at best a video game guy, might be a good coordinator. A video game guy, I like me over him in Madden. I like me over him in NCAA. I am. Because I run a Tampa too. I run a Tampa too. Figure it out. Figure it out. I run a Tampa too. Tampa too. I'm not leaving nobody open it. Nobody on the back end. Nobody. Tampa too. And don't use your quarterback to run the football, because I believe in late hits. I do. Your quarterback don't need to be running the football. You got a whole running back for that. Let your quarterback be the running back if you, okay. But so let's preview these games real quick. Kansas State at Missouri, minus 3.5. I like it. It's easy. I don't see Missouri doing anything to beat them. You say what you want to. Minus 3.5. I would take it. I think that's easy money. Easy like Sunday morning, as Lionel Richie would say. LSU, minus 9.5 over Mississippi State. I'm gonna say yeah. -9.5 over Mississippi State. The Bulldogs ain't really doing anything. That's a 12 o'clock game. I'm gonna be there to check that out. Alabama against South Florida, 3:30, -34. I don't like that. -34 over South Florida. I know this is Nick Saban that we talking about, but you talking about a team that ain't really throwing the football like that. Might even have a quarterback change this week. We're not sure, but 34 points. I would probably take South Florida. I would probably take South Florida. Louisiana Monroe. I want to make sure I say it. Louisiana Monroe, Texas A&M. Y'all like Jimbo Fisher? Like the SEC been getting their head kicked in, and Texas A&M ain't beat a top 10 team, top 25 team in the past 8. I think their record is 1-7 against FBS competition. 1-7. 1-7. 1-7. That's what their record is. 1-7. We like that. Jimbo Fisher. I get it. It's Louisiana Monroe. I get it. They playing in Aggie Land. -36. I'm probably taking Louisiana Monroe plus 36. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Sanford against Auburn, -34. See, it's these teams. It's their offenses. I'm not convinced that your offense gonna make it do what it do. It ain't the competition. It ain't the competition. I just don't believe your offense gonna put up that number of points. I don't. It's not the level of competition. I don't believe your offense is going to put up them type of points where you sitting up there talking about as Auburn. Minus. Okay, we think, so let's look at it like this. We think Auburn gonna beat Sanford 34-0. Are you at all impressed with the brother? Make sure I get this right. Who is the Irish head coach, Marcus Freeman? That's kind of a loaded question, because then that would be asking me if I'm impressed by the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. I know that answer should be yes. It's not. They don't play in a conference. So this is my biasness creeping up and everything like that. That said, they do play college football. He is there. They do seem to trust him. And that's all I'll be looking for anytime a coach, a brother, is given the opportunity to be a head coach, is to get that same trust, the same benefit of the doubt that his other peers would get. They seem to have given it to him. He seems to be succeeding. The problem is going to be with Notre Dame is they don't play a conference. They're not typically in a conference. So for him to be seen as a legitimate coach, he's going to have to win those out of conference games. Like, he's going to have to beat Michigan. He's going to have to beat USC. I don't want to say necessarily for myself, but for others to see him as being a legitimate coach. Because here's the thing that we need to think about. Lou Holtz, Knute Rockne. That's what they're looking at. Like, that's the mindset at Notre Dame. It's not wrong. Lou Holtz, Knute Rockne. When Mark Richt was at Georgia, it was Vince Dooley. Like, bro, it's Vince Dooley. Damn all them other coaches. Vince Dooley got us to the mountaintop. It's Vince Dooley. Well, Lou Holtz and Knute Rockne got them cats to the mountaintop. His legitimacy as a head coach, to a degree, is going to be based on that. Can you get the Fighting Irish back to the mountaintop? He's a good coach as far as I'm concerned. That's what I would say. He's a good coach. As far as a legitimate coach, I would withhold my opinion until after this season. Before I give an opinion about a coach being good or not, I want to give him about 2-3 seasons, get their recruiting class in there and everything like that. Because by and large, when you come in, you're competing with somebody else's roster. So, but great question, though. Great question. Why we see quarterbacks running between the tackles? That's how we lost Vic McNabb and Hurts got hit like a rocking quarry doing that. Is it my imagination or is Nick Sirianni stupid and lazy? I don't want to say stupid and lazy. Stupid and ignorant. We use those words and sometimes we get them confused with one another. I would say he's ignorant. i.e. not knowing any better. Was I the only one who assumed Mike Singletary would have been a college head coach by now? His coaching personality seemed more suited for college. Now, you're absolutely right. It did, but here's what I can say, and it's definitely not a slight against Mike Singletary, but from what I know, Mike Singletary is a man of God, and that might be a different call, and he might be more of a minister than a football coach. I know what's the former head coach of the Tampa? Tony Dungy. I know Tony Dungy is a man of God, but even his coaching style was more ministry than coaching and everything like that. So I think Mike Singletary is doing what he needs to be doing. I don't think coaching is necessarily it. But yeah, I enjoy your pregame show. You're knowledgeable enough to break it down and stay intelligent. Deion Sanders, whenever he started commentary, he made his peers look bad. They made him dumb it down. I mean, I love this game. I do. I love football and everything like that. And I'm humble enough to just sit back and watch it from a fan perspective, because when you get into it like that, your emotions get into it. If your team losing, you get sick and everything. You don't feel well. I don't be liking to feel like that. So I say, let me back up. Let me back up and just appreciate it from the X's and O's standpoint and everything like that. And I just love it. A great play to me is a great play. Great players are to be respected, whether they play for the team that I love or the team. Ed Reed played for the Baltimore Ravens, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for the way I've seen cats like Ed Reed and Ray Lewis play football and everything like that. I can't lie. I never modeled my game, flag football as it was, I never modeled my game after any Steelers linebacker. I modeled my game after Ray Lewis. The intensity, the wanting to know the information, wanting to dissect what the opposing offense was doing, wanted to be that student of the game, wanted to be that leader, wanted to make sure when you came out on the field, if an offense did something funky, you could put players in the right position and everything to be successful. Ray Lewis was my guy. God, I can't believe I said that. Damn, as somebody who lived in the 850, I can't believe I said that. As somebody who's a Steeler fan, I cannot believe I said that about Ray Lewis. Yeah, Mark Jackson is a pass to first. Absolutely. NBA don't like it. When I played Madden, I ran at the minimum of four QB quarterback draws a game. If I saw a hole in the middle of a minivan could drive, yeah. Like, and that's what I mean when I say have a quarterback that's mobile. If you want to run man, fine. Run man. I got a quarterback that run a 4.40. Now, if everybody is going that way, and everybody done got past my quarterback, i.e. the offensive line, they open it up, bruh, don't throw it. Take off running. Run straight down the field. Then when you see them defensive players starting to convert, bruh, act like you going into second base. Slide. Joe Burrow ate up the college football world because he was doing the exact damn thing. Joe Burrow's like, play with it if you want to. Joe Burrow, I really want to say, I think Joe Burrow got some brother in him. Y'all seen this dude? You seen him? Joe Burrow is it because he got an arm and he know he got an arm. And he got wheels and he know he got wheels. And he got eyes and he know how to use them. Joe Burrow sit up there just like this. Oh, ain't nobody open? Cool. I pick up about 5. Well, if you pick up 5, it's 1st and 10. It's 2nd and 5. We call it any play we want to. And not a defense shook because they sit up there like, hey. He ain't as slow as we thought. He ain't. Hey. Somebody better pay attention. Somebody better pay attention to the dude. Yeah, that's how Joe Burrow killed them boys in the SEC in the national championship game. Every time somebody was covered, he'd be like, "Let me get up out of here," and run out of bounds. He'd be like, "Mother." That's what Patrick Mahomes do. He do the same damn thing. Just like a point guard. Who open? Oh, ain't nobody open? Lay up. I don't need to call no design runs for my quarterback that's mobile. I got tight ends, I got wide receivers, I got a running back. No, the only time I want you using your legs is when you absolutely need to. And you got this, so that better be a last resort. And when you use it, I'm expecting positive things. Other than that, you got Joe Burrow, who ain't finna take a sack, who finna roll out. If he can't get nowhere rolling out, he outside the tackle box, so now he finna throw the ball away. Guess what? It's 2nd and 10. We still got some downs to make it do what it do. That's what I want. Let me keep it one, brother. Nico Sting, Austin Claus shouldn't have been killed off in the first damn movie in the first place. He shouldn't. Do you think it's time for Claw to come back again on being Black Panther, Art's main enemy again? We're talking comics and movies. If we're talking comics, no, I don't want to see Claw. If we're talking comics, T'Challa's rogues gallery is too diverse for us to keep doing that. We just haven't done it. What we do, watch this. Claw is no different than Penguin or Riddler. Killmonger is Joker. Well, I'm jokered out. And honestly, I don't want to see Claw, because there are other villains of T'Challa's that we haven't seen for quite some time, haven't seen for like 20, 30 something years, because people don't bother to, and when I say people, I'm not talking about those that read, I'm talking about people that write for the character. They don't bother to go back and read. They don't bother to pick up the source material. T'Challa's hero is only as good as the villain. Well, fans get tired of the same villain over and over again. What's Salamander Crew? Nobody knows, because writers don't have the desire to use that character. They introduce another character. Well, like I said, that whole crabs in a barrel mentality, I really can't stand it, but it really is applicable, because we don't get any of T'Challa's old villains being used over and over and over again. No, we keep falling back to Eric Killmonger. I'm tired of Eric. I don't want to see. I get it. That's his Joker. That's his Loki. That's his Lex Luthor. I get it. I really want to say I didn't see Eric Killmonger more than I didn't see Loki. I'm tired of looking at this dude. This dude showed up in the movie, showed up in the comics, showed up in the cartoon. I'm tired of that. I want to see something else. If you're a casual fan, the only villain you know from Black Panther is either Claw or Chillmonger. That's a damn shame. If you're a casual, all you've done by and large is just went to the movie. That's all you know. That's all you know. No, I don't want to see that no more. But it's a great. Where is Achibe? Has it in Wakanda? He's somewhere in Wakanda, Africa. Now what I can tell you, he's alive and well. He is alive and well. And watch this. Who's to say Eve don't bring him back as somebody who's been pulling the machinations in Wakanda? Where is the Psycho Nakia? She dead. She buried in Wakanda. She received a honorable burial, Dora Milaje burial, even though she had lost her damn mind. But yeah, she there. Madam Slay was just incarcerated not too long ago in Wakanda. Hold what you got. Hold what you got, because I say Sharon is Karen. Hold what you got. Madam Slade's last appearances in Wakanda 5. We also got Madam Slade, and if I'm not mistaken, we got King. Yeah, this is a nice little story. We got, I don't know if y'all can see them right now. So yeah, that was in Wakanda 5. So yeah, she's locked up. She's locked up, but she's in Wakanda. Let me make sure. Has T'Challa ever faced Anansi? No, I don't believe he has. And I don't think in Marvel Anansi is viewed as a anti-villain. I know there was, and I probably have to speak to Mr. Ray Smith, if not do some research on my own in regards to Anansi being more of a god and low-key gave Peter the blessing to be Spider-Man, which is a story arc that if that's true, I do remember reading that somewhere. I would like to see that be more something that we tie into Peter, Miles, so we can get Miles a proper name other than Spider-Man. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Halle Berry made an excellent backstory for Dr. Doom and her show Extant. I like to see her Extant character versus the Fantastic Four being bailed out by Black Panther. A little crossover. We could. Where's Moses Magnum? Zeze Jakarta and his brother Hunter. Hopefully, if those are all great questions. Those characters are still alive. When you ask where they are, hopefully if, we do the reviews, Eve continue to do her thing on the story run and everything like that, she will be on the story long enough. She'll be on the book long enough to introduce those characters, because I think those are some great questions. Austin Crafton, another question, Theo. Who do you think would win in a fight between Black Panther versus Spider-Man? Me and my son have had a serious debate about this matter. He thinks Spider-Man would win based on spider sense. Anansi is usually seen as Spidey company. Yes. Spider-Man and Black Panther, Peter Parker and T'Challa. T'Challa's not as strong as Peter. He's not. Peter's not as smart as T'Challa. He's not. Peter doesn't necessarily have a god in his corner. T'Challa does. Peter has gadgetry, so does T'Challa. Peter has his spider sense. T'Challa has the superhuman enhanced abilities of a Black Panther. T'Challa also has connections to every Black Panther that's previously come before him. Been quite a few. Quite a few. If we were to look at the totality of it all, I don't believe Peter, while being stronger than T'Challa, would be able to outsmart T'Challa. And that's where the problem gonna come in at. I believe T'Challa is physically adept enough, his physical prowess is enough to allow him to be able to injure Peter. I believe the real advantage for T'Challa is going to be his intellect. Once again, this is a guy whom Reed Richards says is his intellectual peer. This is a guy who, according to Avengers Beyond, I'm not writing these stories, was for a period of time building half of a machine that was going to work with the other half that Tony Stark was building, and they wasn't talking to each other. They wasn't having conversation. T'Challa was building his half, Tony was building his half. They put them both together and they worked. So we talk about Peter being smart and everything like that. Yes. Web shooters. Yes, he came up with this web formula and everything like that. But Peter ain't on T'Challa's level. So if T'Challa know he fighting Peter and Peter know he fighting T'Challa, T'Challa finna whoop Peter's ass. Also, one of these cats don't mind killing the other person. That's the other thing. Peter has an issue with killing. T'Challa is a king. He don't. So he coming in at 10. He coming in at 10, and he already know how strong Peter is. Everybody knows Peter Parker is strong, and we know that he, depending if he really got to get up for it, his will has the potential to make him stronger. But I believe it's not going to come down to a physical thing. I believe T'Challa's intellect will win the day for T'Challa. That's just me. Peter was trained by Shang-Chi, Way of the Spider, but they haven't really touched on that. And no, they haven't. Now, I just saw a YouTube video on that today where Shang-Chi taught Spider-Man his own version of martial arts. Kimoyo Destiza punching someone off their feet and on their butt isn't necessarily a win. Cap did that on Spidey before. Just like how Steve Rogers isn't as strong, but he's beaten Spidey before. Spider-Man don't have hands like T'Challa. The MCU missed a chance to have W'Kabi be the power broker instead of Sharon Carter. W'Kabi shouldn't have been the power broker. I don't. If I looked at what W'Kabi is T'Challa's security advisor. That's what his job was. And Taku was his spiritual advisor. I never got to see W'Kabi be his security advisor. Now, to your point, what would have been more poignant as opposed to being the power broker, W'Kabi should have been around for Black Panther 2 to fulfill his role as the leader of the border tribe. Because what were they supposed to be doing? Protecting Wakanda's borders. Well, what happened? The Atlanteans crossed Wakandan borders. Where was W'Kabi? Inexplicably, because I know what the border tribe did, and I know who they are. Inexplicably, we had the border tribe whose primary goal is to guard the borders. Inexplicably, understanding what they did in Black Panther 1, we left the borders unguarded because everybody and their mama damn near from the border tribe was locked up in Wakanda, including W'Kabi. Remember that whole little cute little spiel? Angela Bassett, Queen Ramonda told Okoye, you want to be locked up with your husband? How about you pride before the fall? How about you go unlock her husband your damn self? Because you need him, because your son gone. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Being trained by, so when is the next, Mystere, when is the next Black Panther? I want to say about 2 weeks. You know, I'm going to show, make sure you get it. Paul Morton, of course, they're not trying to kill each other. That's why I made on hero versus hero fight. Which is what the SEC versus the SEC is. It's a hero versus hero fight. At least that's the way I'm looking at it. Anytime the SEC takes on a team from another conference, that's the SEC taking on the mascots of evil. Y'all like that? I'm thinking, while we're here, I'm thinking because I want to talk to my wife. I like that, the mascots of evil. D. Steezel, you the Rock With Me Nation moderator. I think we can do something with that. The mascots of evil. I really think something can be done. The mascots of evil? The mascots of evil. I think we could have some shirts. Because like I said, make sure you click, like, share, and subscribe. We marching to 100. We marching to 100. I'm going to say 900. We marching our way to 900. But I was thinking, especially during football season, that we could have mascots of evil t-shirts. I like that. Mascots of evil. I like mascots of evil. Well, you because you know the S on screen practically Luke Cage seems like a better vehicle on par with the 1950 Superman. Lower, more personal stakes. Yeah, I used to look at the Cowboys versus Ford, the evil versus evil. Question, Theo, what do you think we need a Marvel Christopher Priest version of the Black Panther figure? You know about him? You know about him? Oh yeah, that. I mean, now this is low key like the Marvel Legends Toy Biz version. So could they give us another version? I don't know if they would be moved to do that, but I don't. But yeah, that's what that is. That's the Christopher Priest. That's the Christopher Priest. I know that ain't it. I know that ain't it. And I know that ain't it. I know that ain't it. And I know that ain't it. So yeah, this him. This him. Let me keep up with these notes. I need to eat. Yeah, we need. Yeah, that's why I said, listen, we cheering Eve on and everything like that. Like, yeah, we need that. I need him with all that. Like, I need all that. I need all that. Mascot of the evil Girl Scouts selling cookies by ice cream truck in McDonald's parking lot. Yeah, which one is the Hutland? Which one is the original Hutland T'Challa? Because it's kind of Aki because the Hutland T'Challa original don't have a cape and everything like that. So you kind of like gotta pick one. I look at now. Here's the sad part. This one right here, I kind of look at this being the one where he made his FSU, his Fantastic Four debut. Then this is the color palette what a lot of artists wanted to use to color him and everything. Shout out to my friend Big Keith. Keith actually, we all have somebody that gets us started or started back in it and everything like that. Shout out to my late brother Keith and everything like that. We used to work at a pawn shop together, and we used to sit back in the pawn shop and just talk about our love for superheroes, comic books, characters, and things of that nature. And I'm going to go ahead and share the story because I believe it to be what it is. He wasn't blessed to have children of his own, but he was a great uncle and everything like that. And when Black Panther came out, he took his niece and nephew to go see the movie. He went to go see it as soon as it came out, knowing that I was a huge Black Panther fan. This is what he did. He went and got the 12-inch Titan Chillmonger. I'm going to say Chillmonger, Lord have mercy, Killmonger action figure. And so when he got this, no lie, when he got this, I was like, okay, cool. The very next day I had off, which was 2 days later, we had gotten paid and everything. I had this in hand. I went and got this. This was when Toys R Us was open. I was living in Tallahassee. I hit every store in Tallahassee that I knew was carrying action figures. And I went and got as much Black Panther action figure stuff that I could get. Yeah, that classic Jack Kirby cape was a must. I have the Titan Hero series, but yeah, so I still have that toy to this day. My first introduction to Black Panther, and they had a comic with it. Yes, absolutely. So what wound up happening was, is Mr. Ray Smith alludes to, we always have somebody that either reignites that passion for action figures or creates that passion for action figures. What Keith did was he reignited that passion for action figures. And so the Mustang that I had, the black one, which was called the Dark Knight, which had the Batman logo on the front of it and everything like that. The Dark Knight and I drove all over Tallahassee. We went to every store that carried action figures, and we got our Black Panther merchandise. And then from there, it was a matter of going to eBay, ordering a whole wave of Black Panther action figures. And I was very, very specific. I was looking for Black Panther. And if you've heard me say it before, I like Bruce Wayne. I love Batman. The reason why I don't go above and beyond to talk about Batman like that is because he don't need me to talk about him like that. Batman, how How many movies Batman in? How many actors did play Batman? Ain't nobody talking about getting rid of Batman. Nobody. So that's why I throw my money behind. I know this is a hard question, but which Black Panther figure is your favorite? Oh. No, you know what? No, that's not hard at all. And I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be crazy when I say it, because we didn't like Black Panther 2. The mask that, well, the helmet that they were burying alongside T'Challa. My favorite Black Panther action figure is the version of the Black Panther action figure that showed up in Captain America Civil War. This will always be my favorite Black Panther action figure. That's it. That is my favorite Black Panther action figure. Civil War T'Challa. It is something about this look. He doesn't have a cape. You know, you can't take the necklace off. You can't. But, and I get it. It's not the habit. It's a two-piece. You got the uniform. You got the helmet. I get it. But you like what you like. True, likewise, huge Batman fan, but he has a lot of exposure in media. Other characters deserve more shine, right? Tight. Yeah, so it's this it. That is my favorite T'Challa. That's it. That is it. But I'm so thankful that they do have another T'Challa action figure, the one that transforms into a Black Panther, but he ain't coming out till September 2024 for $499. Thank you so much for not having him be available right now, because I ain't ready to do that. Just not ready to do that. But let's keep the party going and everything like that. Like I said, we got a little bit of time. It is 11:48. We got 12 minutes before kickoff. 12, and y'all know to keep your notifications on, because we're gonna come back with updates and be talking more comic book information throughout the course of the day. I apologize for not coming back to y'all last week and everything like that. Something I ate. Brother wasn't feeling too well, but we're going to do it better this time around and everything. But we're going to come back through the course of the day. Y'all let me know what y'all want to talk about. We definitely want to get Eve Ewing. The best way, I believe, to get that Eve Ewing action figure, which I believe cements you as an author, is if we low-key keep reviewing the comic book, talking about what we love, but being fair. I remember when Civil War movie came out, and it was incredible at that time to see Black Panther in the film for the first time. I have action figures of any character I see portraying messages or us, from Londo to the Mini, Lisa Bonet, Catwoman, Uhura, etc. Uhura was actually my first female action figure. That's his Let's Go Panther suit. Yeah, Uhura was actually the first female action figure. This from the Star Trek set, 6-inch Uhura. You know, action figures look a whole lot different today than what they used to. They look a whole lot different. You know what? I asked the question. And it never got answered. So I'm gonna ask it again. With the controversy that's been going on surrounding, and we'll answer this question, it'll take us up to 12 o'clock. I will see y'all after the first game, in between, after the first game is over with. I will come back and do some updates. But Bill Foster, 24-inch Goliath, $199. 3 face plates and an interchangeable head sculpt. Would we have bought it? I asked that question. I'm still going to ask. I feel Civil War was more accurate in menacing than in his own movie. Sorry. You know the only thing they got wrong, not telling, this is just me, my opinion, I could be wrong. The only thing they got wrong in Civil War, even if you didn't want T'Challa to kill Zemo, because he would have. In the comic books, he'd have often. He at the very least should have left the mark of the Panther on Zemo. Like, Zemo don't walk away from T'Challa and he not scarred at any point. Like, that's not what's happening. And what you did was they made him look weak, sparing Zemo. Then you spared Claw in his movie. And then in Black Panther 2, you spared Namor. Mind you, These three people are responsible for members of the royal family being dead. Do I need to say that one more time? Can I say that one more time? Can I do it? Can I say that one more time? Can I say that one more time? All of these cats were responsible for members of the royal family being dead and nobody pulled up. When Grievous had Blue Marble as a college, Facebook is 6'4". Kevin Graveau had Blue Marble as a college football player at 6'4". Did you snicker at that? Might be too tall for position. No. 6'4". Darnell Washington is 6'6". Tight end. Offensive lineman. We had one offensive lineman at 6'7". And Darnell Washington looks like a Greek god. Darnell Washington 6'7", and they say he 250, 260. We want to thank Blue Marble. Google Darnell Washington, University of Georgia. That is your benchmark for Blue Marble. Kevin Brashear, I'm going to say Adam Brashear. Google Darnell Washington, and that is your benchmark for one Adam Brashear created by Kevin Graveau. That's it. Oh, Lord. Fullback. Well, watch this. I don't think Christian Okoye was short. Matter of fact, here we go, because I remember the Nigerian Nightmare. Let's go. I like it. Great question, by the way. Great question, by the way. Take us on up to 12 o'clock. Yeah. We having a good time rocking with each other this morning. Christian Okoye. Let's see. Christian Okoye height. Okoye. I wonder, did he get the name Okoye from Christian Okoye? Anyway. Christian Okoye was 6'1". So you might have something that's 6'7". I don't want to see that coming out the backfield. Me personally. Me personally. I don't want no parts of that coming out the backfield. I don't. He was, and Christian Okoye was 200. Christian Okoye 6'1", 260 coming out the backfield. I don't want that. And you talking 6'7"? No. I don't want no part of that. Dennis Haysbert is 6'4", who according to Grover, yeah, exactly. Dennis Haysbert was, you're absolutely right, Steezer. That was the inspiration for the for his Blue Marble act. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. But yeah, 6'1" and ran a 440, a 4.40. You 6'1", 260, running a 4.40. Do you know how menacing that is for somebody like me who ain't? I might have ran a 4.5 something in high school, but that dude is, you can't get away from him. But watch this. We say Christian Okoye. What's the next man? What's the next name come to your mind when you say Christian Okoye? Because it's one more name. What's the name that come to mind when you say Christian Okoye? Because it's another name that come to mind when you think of Christian. It ain't from the offense. It ain't from the offense. It ain't from the offense. It ain't. Who you think of when you think of Christian Okoye? Because there ain't nobody from the offense. Who? No, it ain't Christian. It ain't nobody from the same team. When you think of Christian Okoye, who you think about? Because I watched that game on Monday night. He was never the same after that either. Tell me right now. We on the drive to 900. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me this morning. This is our college pregame show where we talk comics and college football. No, it wasn't Derek Thomas. No, it's not Priest. No, it is Steve Atwater. When I think of Christian Okoye, it is Steve Atwater. Get up, big fella. Come on, big fella, get up. Y'all don't remember that? If you are not old enough, if you are old enough and you did not see it right now, after this show is over with, YouTube it. Steve Atwater, Christian Okoye. There is nothing. And I mean, you want to talk, this was hit him and did not drop his head. We're not talking about how cats drop their head and risking. No. We're talking about a cornerback, a strong safety, meeting somebody that weighs 6'1", somebody that weighs 260 pounds, meeting him in the hole and dropping him right there. No, we not wrapping up. No, we ain't form tackling. This mano-a-mano. They gonna hand you the ball off, and I'm coming. It's a hole right there. You ain't dodging, I ain't dodging. Listen, if you play defense, and you need to get, if your son play high school football, and you need your son to get fired up before they go play their game on Friday night, show him that lick that Steve Atwater put on Christian Okoye. Then play him that video of when Ed Reed was getting the Miami Hurricanes fired up during halftime when they was playing the Florida State Seminoles. Then ended up with one of them passionate speeches from Ed Reed. If your son ain't ready to go out there and take somebody's head off, your son don't want to play no football. Listen, that's my time. Y'all have rocked with me for 2 hours. Make sure you got the notifications on and everything like that. We will be coming back with game reviews. I said that. And I have to change my uniform because you know when we review games and everything, we got to put the stripes on. So y'all make sure you got your notification bell on. We will be coming back throughout the course of the day. We definitely going to be talking about that Colorado State football game. We will definitely be talking about this LSU game. We definitely going to be talking about this Tennessee-Florida game because I want to see what's going to happen with this. Yes, we'll be talking about that and much, much more. And who knows? Maybe I'll be and read a comic book in between then and I can come talk about some comic book. Listen, that's my time. Click, like, share, subscribe. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.